Right now, I'm Coach Prime. I've been formerly Prime Time. I dropped the time years ago. Now I'm just Prime, but now this is my style history. Being inducted into the GQ Style Hall of Fame is flat out epic because it's always been a dream and desire. It's like the Hall of Fame in the NFL and College Football Hall of Fame. It's nothing that you call and ask and request. You gotta be chosen. The first look, June of '89, that was in Columbus, Ohio. I was playing for the AAA baseball team in the New York Yankees farm system. Wasn't really a happy time in my life because I've always been dominant. I'm young and I'm just understanding baseball and I was roughing it. Roughing it meaning I know I'm getting ready to be a top 5 NFL pick and I'm in AAA in baseball and someone wanted to do a photo shoot. It was hot out there. I chose to be in leather and put some of the weight on, but that picture right there is Prime Time. Like, it's the nerve that I had, the audacity that I had to put on some leather in 100-degree temperature, whatever it was. And it was like the wall of the rocks and I were friends, man. We was just chilling with one another, having a conversation, and the cameras just happened to capture it. The Primetime logo was supposed to be like a man that was in a flash, like he was in a hurry to get there. He had somewhere to go, he had something to do. With the gold Primetime across we said the ceiling, we call it the ceiling of the whole outfit. Dark EK shades, Emmanuel Khan shades, I'd never forget those. I want those so bad. I wish they could make me another pair of those. That's the only shades that I wore. I didn't wear anything but EKs at that point in time in my life. Draft day, I'm on the couch and we knew that ship was about to come in. The 5th pick to go to the Atlanta Falcons. I had previously told the several teams that were picking prior, do not take me. If you take me, I'm gonna play baseball. I loved Atlanta. Atlanta was a chocolate city. They were an understanding city. They were a city on the rise. They were a city that I could ride with, that I knew was gonna ride with me. I chose them and they chose me, and it was one of the greatest days of my life. And I'm holding my hands up like we just won, we scored. I was already a pro in baseball, not football. I had got broken off after my junior year, probably $250,000 to go play baseball for 6 weeks in the summer at that point in time as well. So I was a pro getting ready to be a pro. That's why I was stunned as so. That's like victory, man. That's like joy. We got this thing. We did that. And you can see the jury still the same, giving the message to the youngsters. Emmanuel Khan shades with the snake skin. I had on a Sergio Tacchini sweatsuit, which we covered up the logo and put the Prime on there, because all I wore sweats back then was Sergio Tacchini. That day on, my mother never worked another day of her life. That's how prominent that day was. When I look at that picture, I'm thinking about how before my time I was. There was no dudes doing privates or getting out of helicopters, man. It was Louis bag with my necessities. I was Nike up and down because I know I was gonna be photographed. Nike is the one who really booked the flight and made it possible with the private jet. First of all, I never had a stylist in my life. I've always done everything I did, the good and the bad. It was on me. We ain't gonna blame nobody for the bad if you can't give them credit for the good. That was all me my whole career. I knew I was going from the cold of Pittsburgh to Miami, so that understood the jacket up top and the shorts down low because I wanted to be comfortable on the plane. Different shades, they wasn't EKs. My son just lost those darn shades 2 years ago and I'm still mad at him about that. And it was just an iconic night. But I was in turmoil right then, I really was, because they was talking so much junk about me going to do what was right. I'm going to help my football teammates out because I'm really on a football contract left. My baseball teammates who they were happy and elated that I was going to do such, and the media eating me alive like I'm selfish. And I'm over there on baseball, on a loan, just helping my guys out. No contract, no nothing. The football contract was the one. But they were so elated when they saw me the next day get on the bus to go play against Dan Marino and the Miami Dolphins. So that's a moment, man. Got to the Dallas Cowboys, and you gotta understand, I had really never been to an NFL training camp. A lot of people forgot that. I had this other job called Major League Baseball. And they told me everything is spread out. You gotta have a golf cart. Okay, cool. Well, if I'm gonna do a golf cart, I'm gonna do a golf cart. That cart had air conditioning, it had an ice chest for my Yoo-Hoos. I used to love Yoo-Hoos. The back let down so a couple of my other teammates could ride. It had a stereo system, a mist system, the top let down to a convertible. That cart was before its time as well. And that was a moment, pulling up to the camp, getting out with all those screaming, Cowboys fanatics are unbelievable. And that was a moment. The first picture is practice, just chilling in practice, just a normal practice look. The second one, I think it was spring training with the Cincinnati Reds. And, I had to go my bandana around and I'm working up a sweat. A little jewelry on just to let them know I'm still me. The third shot in February, this Pro Bowl. What's iconic about that picture is I'm 24. Everybody know I'm 21. 2 in your program and 1 in your heart. But it was other cornerbacks. I believe Eric Allen had more seniority over me as an NFL player, so he won 21. And I remember saying to myself proudly, because I got love for Eric Allen, never again. Never again. What's mine is mine. And I don't think I ever wore other number other than 21 at the Pro Bowl ever again, unless I wanted to. Well, the thing about bandanas, I wore it for real. I wore bandanas as a shorty. So it's not like I changed. That was me for real when nobody was looking. That's who I was. I've been doing that since I was a shorty. Wristband around the neck, gold chain on. You can see, baseball is a traditional sport, so I couldn't be draped. So I had to have something on conservative, but you had to know it was me. Look good, feel good, play good. Play good, they pay good. They pay good, you live good. And it was iconic. I think they tried to find me for this picture because I was wearing my gear on the sideline that was like a ski jacket. Might have been a home game. I was injured, so I didn't play. And first of all, I hated not to play. That upset me as well, but I think they tried to find me for not wearing an NFL licensed jacket on the sideline. But we didn't have nothing that big and thick that kept me warm. Baseball was so traditional. They would place fear in your heart for the weak-minded that you couldn't do this, you couldn't do that, and it was traditional. And I was so glad once I established myself, I started saying, okay, well, why can't we do this? You got 4 different stages of prime. Okay. October 92, that was floating out of the locker room, getting ready to go to Miami or go somewhere. Reversible mink jacket, there's leather on the other side, reverse, hair whipped like we had a stylist in your darn locker room. That's how whipped the hair was. The shades was on point, Louis bag on the shoulder, skin looking like God just molded it right there. That was a iconic moment. The second one, I believe I was playing for the San Francisco Giants. And I'm smiling, looking at one of my teammates. I was rocking the braids then. I remember we went and found a sister in Oakland that knew how to do braids, man, and she whipped me up real quick. I don't think it was fresh, but she whipped me up real quick. The third one, when the old young prime, didn't know no better. Look, he wasn't even stunned then. He was mad. We was getting our butts kicked. That was during the season, because I'm sitting on the bench mad. I'm probably looking at one of my teammates and like, really, man? Dog, really? You just went out there and did, really? This is what you gonna do I'm looking at them like that. Curl looked wet, but it was dry. The curl looked wet, but it was dry. Just keep that in mind. But that was a young prime right there. The last one, the Cincinnati Reds went. I said, you know what, let me just give me a different look. That's the low cut, the waves, the whole schoolboy cut, looking young and innocent. It's time for humor, and we joking and clowning, probably with my boy Lenny Harris, but having a good time. But all 4 of those pictures, the commonality, it was all fun.